is Alan Bragg. I'm Chief of Police for Cypress Fairbanks Police Department, and I coordinate the Salute to Law Enforcement event for the last 20 years. And I just want to welcome you not only to that event, but we're awfully excited to have Project Child Safe here with us today, as well as the Sheriff's Department and HPD and Precinct 4, because they're going to talk to you in just a minute about the gun locks that this company has donated, this organization has donated, and what a great thing to do for our kids and to keep our kids safe. And ours is a very kid-friendly event. That's what we're here for. So we're just proud to have that as part of our event this year.
Thank you, Sheriff Bragg. Thanks for having us be part of this Salute to Law Enforcement event. It's a great opportunity to be here. My name is Bill Broussard. I'm with the Project Child Safe program and also the National Shooting Sports Foundation, which has developed the program and has supported it since it began in 1999. I just want to recognize not only Chief Bragg, but Sheriff Garcia, thank you for being here, Constable Hickman, and Anthony Valle from the Houston Police Department. Thanks for the support here. And of course, we're here to talk about the important topic of gun safety and secure storage of firearms in the home. If you're unfamiliar with Project Child Safe, it's a national firearm safety education program. It promotes secure storage of firearms by distributing free gun locks and safety materials through law enforcement departments throughout the country. That's in addition to the gun locks that are distributed with all new firearms. About 70 million of those have been distributed since manufacturers started doing that back in 1998. We're here today with a very simple and direct message. If you own a firearm, respect it and secure it when it's not in use. And we have a lot of materials available to help people accomplish that. Hiding a firearm is not safe storage. That does not work. Only locked storage when the gun is not in use can help prevent accidents, thefts, and misuse. Everyone here today is unfortunately very familiar with what can happen when an unauthorized person is able to access an unsecured firearm. And I want to commend the leadership of the law enforcement agencies in Houston and the surrounding communities for the work that they did to raise firearm safety awareness in the weeks after the tragic accidents that occurred here. But I want to stress that we're here to help continue raising awareness of that message in the weeks and months and years ahead, because that's what it takes. It's those constant reminders to raise the public's consciousness about gun safety and to keep it top of mind to encourage people to securely store those firearms in the home. We encourage it particularly a couple of times a year. It's a good way to do it is before kids are let out from school and maybe spending more time at home unsupervised or at a friend's home in an unsupervised situation. That's a really good time to remind gun owners to securely store their guns. We tend to do it under a program we call Hunt Safe as well. When hunting season rolls around, guns are going in and out of the home a little bit more often. It's also another good time to take the opportunity to talk about gun safety and secure storage. I want to bring to your attention a new video that we just produced. We just released it about a month ago. It's how parents can talk to their kids about gun safety. It stresses having the talk. We want parents to have that talk with their kids, whether they're really young kids or older kids. And the video discusses what parents can tell their children about gun safety. And the messages are different. They're different for younger children versus older children. But that video is available at projectchildsafe.org, as are many other resources available at projectchildsafe.org. And the video is also available on flash drives over on the table, along with our other resources. We recognize that everyone's home circumstances differ related to secure storage of firearms, but there is a secure storage device for every home circumstance and for every budget. We have an infographic or pull-up banner here that shows the range of firearm safety devices from the cable lock that we distribute free of charge that fits most types of firearms through lockable gun cases to quick access lockbox. If you keep a home for, keep a firearm for home security and need quick access to the firearm, but want to keep an unauthorized person from having access, that will do the job. All the way up to a full-size gun case, gun safe if you are a multiple firearms owner, such as many hunters are, for example. So, let me emphasize that proper storage is the #1 way to help prevent accidents, thefts, and misuse of firearms. And again, I thank the agencies here for doing such a great job to raise awareness of firearm safety in these communities. And now, let me introduce Sheriff Garcia.
Thank you, Bill. Chief Bragg, thank you for always organizing one of the most incredible law enforcement and community events, and Constable Hickman. Thank you all for being here. We always want to come and be a part of more exciting and positive messages, but nothing can be more exciting and more positive than talking about prevention, talking about safety, talking about the opportunity to keep our children safe. I want to thank the National Shooting Sports Foundation, Project Child Safe as well, for all of their good work. But all of the respective law enforcement agencies that are here today, I want to thank you as well, because we're all in it together. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that people understand what Bill has already gone through, that there's so many opportunities to make sure that we are doing everything humanly possible to make sure that people understand the responsibility and the need that is required to safely store one's firearms. As a police officer myself, I've often seen, and so many of you in this room have seen, the tragedy when an accident happens when a child and a firearm come together. But there's so many more opportunities to make sure that that is a less occurrence, and we always must take the opportunity that if there is tragedy, that we work to prevent it in the future. And I want to thank those leaders in our community who are working tirelessly every single day to make sure that no more families have to confront this kind of circumstance. And we're in it with you as well. And to that end, I also want to make sure that if people have thought that there was no, the pennies are too tight and the opportunities are too few, that today is an incredible opportunity to get a lock for free, get information for free. You have a host of respective experts here to work with you to get the information you need and talk through the circumstances that you may be curious about. But at the Sheriff's Office, I want to thank my staff, because we have understood that we have done a bit of education, a bit of conversation. We have worked to create awareness and remind people of the responsibility to do everything they can to keep the firearms safe. But we also recognize that there is not enough that we can do, nor can we rest to make sure that we are doing everything we can to further heighten awareness to another level, if that is possible. And so today there are two respective efforts that I want to make acknowledgement towards. Number one is that my staff has put together a YouTube video, to help provide education awareness. We worked hard to take it from the perspective, we know that adults are always telling their children the right things. And if you can remember when you were a child, how often may we listen to our adults? So we try to take the perspective of a child. All the things that we are told and demonstrate and role model for another child, that information and putting it into action. And so we are announcing our Don't Touch, Do Tell video, and it is already being circulated through the internet, and it's available on YouTube for the public to see. It's in English and it is in Spanish. We want to remind folks that we inundate our children with a lot of information, but we also need to empower them to put that information into action. And I'm hopeful that this short but concise video helps to encourage them to act out the things that we are teaching them. The second thing that I want to make mention to is really the human capital that we have in this room. As I look out to the explorers, whether from the Constable's office or to the group I'm most proud of, the Harris County Sheriff's Office Explorers, you guys are in an incredible opportunity to be peer leaders. And I encourage you, whether you're in your own home, whether in your community, whether in your school, that you exercise your leadership. That from a young person's perspective, that you remind people that if you have a firearm at home, what are you doing to keep it safe and to keep it out of a younger person's hands, and even to teenagers. We have seen those tragedies as well, when young people, teenagers, think something is unloaded and then tragedy occurs. So I ask those respective young people in this room today to go out into your communities, your schools, your respective networks. There's probably not a young person today that doesn't have a Twitter account or a Facebook account, and I encourage you to use it. And talk to others around you, the people that you talk to on every single day. And besides the movie you just saw, the song that you're just listening to, ask your network, are you practicing gun safety at home? Is your family, have you talked to them? Are the firearms in your home safe and secure? Did you take the opportunity to get a free gun lock? These are the things that we can do to make sure that our children stay safe, and that we remind our children, don't touch, do tell, and that at the end of the day, we can continue, whether through the National Shooting Sports Foundation, Project Child Safe, and through all these respective efforts, that we can continue to protect our most vulnerable in our communities and in our homes. Thank you all very much, and now it's my privilege to introduce Constable Hickman.
Thank you, Sheriff, and it's my pleasure to be here as well, and we likewise thank Project Child Safe for the things they're doing. We're very pleased to join the 15,000 other agencies that are participating in this, like our partners with the Sheriff's Office and Houston Police Department. We are likewise concerned that we make sure that we heighten awareness about this issue. In a situation where somebody's giving away free gun locks, there's literally no excuse for doing nothing. As you can see on this placard over here, there are a lot of options for securing your weapons. And none of us wants to see one more tragedy where a child is killed or injured as a result of an unsecured weapon. So please, reach out to your law enforcement agencies, reach out to anyone you can find to fit your own budget to acquire some kind of device that makes sure your weapons are secure. Law enforcement certainly understands the need and the desire for individuals to secure their own homes and have weapons. Certainly that's their constitutional right, but make every effort likewise to make sure that weapon is secure. For those folks who like to hunt or have sporting weapons, there are a lot of options available to you to make sure that weapon is safe for the rest of your family as well. So do everything you possibly can, make everyone that you know aware of situations that can make them secure. We want to make sure the community knows that law enforcement is behind them in trying to make sure those weapons are safe for their entire family, children and on up. So again, it's our pleasure to be here today. We thank Project Child Safe and the National Sports Shooting Foundation for their work in a very laudable effort, and goes a long way, we feel, to securing these weapons and making children safe in our community. So thank you for being here.
Thank you very much. And now I'd like to invite people up to see a demonstration on how these gun locks are actually installed. And you can see we have quite a variety of firearms here. The one gun lock fits all of these firearms, and I have someone here in armor will demonstrate for you how it's installed.
Don't block the camera.